Two things you never, ever want to say to a woman, all right? This is so essential. And if you say these things, you're going to shut down the potential of the relationship, and you're behaving in a way that has her not feel safe, like she can't be herself. So please don't do these mistakes. And I just want to acknowledge I've done this in the past, and it's super hurtful, all right? So number one, when she's emotional and upset, you say, you're fine. Okay, number one is you just say, you're fine. What's the big deal? You're fine. We might even say, you're overreacting. It's not that big of a deal. What that does is it minimizes her experience and her feelings and tells her, it sends the message to her that her experience isn't valid, it's not important, and it's not real. It's not true. This is also good for any gender and also parenting, okay? You don't want to tell your kids this. But the second one I think is the most important one. All right, number two is guys will say to their girlfriends or their wives, you're too much. You're too sensitive. You're too emotional. You are too needy. You're too clingy. Translation is, you are wrong and bad as you are, and I don't love you. I don't accept you right now. Stop being this way. Stop being sensitive. Stop being emotional. Stop having needs. Go away. That's the message we men send to women when we say these things. And probably the biggest one is it just sends a message that they're being too much, all right? And women already are feeling judged in the culture by being emotional, by being sensitive. And this is how men condition and put down other men. If you're a sensitive man, for example, that's really bad. Ooh, because you're all kind of acting like a woman, right? You're acting too feminine. And men will use this, a weapon, against other men to get men to stay in line with their gender, right? Regardless, whatever you think about that doesn't matter. What matters is you want to convey to a woman, to anyone, but to a woman, your partner, hey, your feelings are hard for me. I don't know how to deal, but I'm going to learn, and I want to increase my capacity. And I have a whole nother video on this if you want to watch it. I want to get better at being with your experience and not making you wrong for how you're feeling or how you're behaving, okay? Now, of course, there are some women and people that behave in ways that are out of line. It crosses a line into disrespect, abuse, and it's so aggressive that I'm not saying stand in the fire of that. No, absolutely not. You got to know yourself, right? But most women are like most men in that they're neurotic and they have emotions and whatever. You know, we just act emotional and sensitive sometimes as human beings. That's not wrong. No one's wrong for that, right? But again, when they cross the line into something that feels way out of line for you, you need to stand up for yourself and either leave the relationship, set fierce boundaries, right? But in general, these two things, if you can not do them ever again in your intimate relationship, conveying the message that you're fine and you're too much, like if you can not do that ever again, delete that from your hard drive, I think you're going to have a lot more success long term. All right, subscribe to my channel if this was helpful, and we'll see you in the next video.